Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Sneha and I am a lover of all things eyeshadow. So on my channel you'll hear a lot about eyeshadow palettes, eye makeup, concealer, liner, mascara, you name it. Anything related to eye makeup I absolutely love. I just wanted to do a video talking about my channel, myself, some of my staples that kind of never really change video to video, some of my YouTube inspirations, just like what I'm all about, and kind of give you a flavor of like what kinds of things you're gonna see if you subscribe to me. Oh, and sorry, at the very end, I'm also going to go over my Black Friday haul, which, spoiler alert, it's a lot of things, so stay tuned. Pretty much all eyeshadow palettes and a couple concealers that I picked up. So starting with introducing my channel. So again, I only do eye makeup. I am an eyeshadow only channel. So if you're looking for reviews of face products, foundations, highlighters, those kind of things, I typically don't do that. And the reason I just have never done face makeup. I just don't really, I just don't think I ever got into it. I have pretty good skin, so I've never really done it. And I find, color theory and kind of eyeshadow to be much more interesting anyway. I just don't do it. Sometimes I do, and this will also be in my staples, but when I do face makeup, it's pretty basic. I just do kind of a powder foundation on my face. That's literally pretty much it, and maybe some highlighter if I'm feeling up to it. But other than that, I don't do much. And as you can see, I actually have concealer on right now, and I just kind of get the shade that is pretty much exactly my skin tone, and I just blend that into my face, and it usually just looks like this, where it doesn't look like strange. So if you are the kind of person that does like fast makeup on the go, and doesn't really have time to do like a full face of makeup every day like me, I think this is like the place for you, because I do eye looks. A lot of my eye looks are pretty, you know, wearable, but colorful. So that's kind of my vibe. Okay, so not only am I just eyeshadow only, so kind of like the vibe of what I do, I love playing with color. I also have tan skin, as you can see. So two of my biggest YouTube inspirations are Angelica Nyqvist and Karen Harris. They are two of the people that like really got me into eyeshadow, really got me into makeup. And as like a tan girl, it's really hard to find eyeshadow palettes that actually show up on your skin. So like way back in the day, my first introduction to makeup really was Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. And for a while, I literally just used that palette for everything. I just used the same three shades, same look every single day, and sort of just like went with it. But I had a sort of like a rude awakening, because obviously that formula is so good. I sort of had like a rude awakening when I tried to dabble in other eyeshadow products. I would like buy something and then it just wouldn't show up on my skin. So like Urban Decay products a lot of the time wouldn't show up on my skin. A lot of drugstore products wouldn't. And so I sort of became like afraid to buy new makeup, because I was like, this might not show up on me. So that's really when I got into Karen Harris. So literally every time I wanted to buy something, I would like look on Karen Harris's channel, see if she had swatches, see if she had, whatever. And not just her, but a lot of other like tan beauty influencers, like, Ask Whitney or Kelsey Brianna J. So I would literally just look for any sort of swatch or eye look on tan skin that I could find. So one of my like missions with this channel is to really like add to that work that they're all doing, and just like add to the community of kind of like tan skinned beauty people. So that's like kind of where I'm coming from. And then Angelica Nyqvist really helped me, find out that I like color and that I like playing with color, and she makes it very accessible. So those are two YouTubers that like really have had an impact on me that I draw inspiration from like every day. And you should definitely check out their channels too, because they're obviously like professionals. But yeah, that's sort of like my vibe and kind of what I'm going for. Okay, so a little bit about me. I am a law student. I am in my second year right now, and I'll be in my third year next year, and then I'll graduate and work for a law firm. Yeah, I'm interested in healthcare law, so like transactional work, with like healthcare transactions. So when two hospitals want to merge, when hospitals have like questions about regulations and things like that. So yeah, so that's like what I do in my life. And obviously, as a law student and as a future lawyer, I obviously can't show up to work with like crazy out there makeup looks all the time. So one of the focuses on my channel also will be like wearable kind of like work looks, that are also colorful. So like what I have on my face right now would probably be acceptable at a law firm, and I could probably show up with this and it would probably be fine. Maybe like not the silver inner corner highlight, but I don't know, I could like test the waters, it would depend. But yeah, but I definitely want to like do series on kind of wearable eyeshadow looks, and sort of like work friendly eyeshadow looks, and then also like how you can get kind of like a wearable work friendly look and like a crazy fun out there colorful look from the same palette. And I sort of want to like showcase both of those, because I think a lot of the times makeup YouTube tends towards like crazy out there colorful looks, which are really really awesome, and I love them and they inspire me a lot. But I feel like at least most of us can't or don't wear super super crazy out there looks every single day. So yeah, so I think I will be focusing equally on both. Okay, so as far as what you could see on my channel, types of videos, things like that, I plan to do a lot of eyeshadow palette reviews, definitely tan skin friendly swatches, reviews focused on, you know, is this pigmented enough, is the quality good, you know, is this tan skin friendly? And of course, Karen Harris is another great YouTuber to check out if you're interested in that. But I figure, you know, the more data, the better. There have been times where I disagree with Karen Harris. There are some times where I am super, super glad I watched her video before I bought it. So I think like the more opinions there are, more different types of skin, more different skin tones, like the better. So definitely reviews of eyeshadow palettes, swatches of eyeshadow palettes for tan skin, and then definitely looks, like eyeshadow looks with palettes, like I said, sort of wearable and super colorful, crazy out there looks. I want to do both. I also really like looks where I mix shades from different palettes, so I think I'm gonna have a series on that if that's something you're interested in. Maybe within the same brand, because I'm sure people tend to buy more palettes within the same brand and aren't really like collectors like I am, but also, you know, across brands. So like an example would be, you know, like Natasha Denona palettes, like doing a look, maybe drawing shades from the Metropolis palette and like the Love palette. I don't know, that's just an example. But I was thinking, you know, that's something that I've always really been interested in, and I don't see a lot of videos for that. So that's something like that I'd like to start as well. I also really like depotting and rearranging palettes sometimes. So I will be doing that if that's something people are interested in. Like one of the ones that I already have in mind are the Sydney Grace X Temptalia palettes, which I already depotted and rearranged. So I was thinking of going through that and doing looks with that, if that's something that people are interested in. Also dupe videos, that's also a series that I fully plan to have. I love duping palettes, and not even duping palettes to find like a cheaper palette of like a luxury palette, which is definitely important and something I plan to do, but also just duping palettes for like the fun of duping palettes, because some people like certain brands over other brands, and so if there's like a similar like color story between like Natasha Denona and Pat McGrath or something, which obviously that's kind of like an extreme example. You know, some people prefer Pat McGrath's formula over Natasha Denona's formula or vice versa. So I think like even duping palettes between brands like that would be interesting. Like one that just came to the top of my head where there's like been like a series, like an influx of like these, like I'll hold this up, but like the Natasha Nona Xenon palette, like this kind of color story has been like a thing for some reason. So we have like the BH Cosmetics Diamond palette, and then also like the Nabla Cutie Platinum palette, which is another one of those, and there's like a whole bevy of them now. So so like things like that. So just duping different color stories to see, you know, maybe you prefer one formula over the other. So okay. The last couple types of videos that I hope and plan to do are kind of like a spin on Get Ready With Me. Obviously, a lot of Get Ready With Me videos are very like, oh, like I'm gonna put on my entire face now. And like I said before, I don't really do face makeup. But something that I always looked for that I could never really figure out on YouTube was like when I'm wearing like an outfit, like what eye makeup should I do with that outfit to not be like super matchy, because sometimes in the morning if I'm wearing like a red shirt, I'll be like, okay, I'm just gonna pull out my red eyeshadow and do like a red eyeshadow look, but I don't really want to do that, and that obviously doesn't look very good. And like over time I've learned like, oh, okay, if I'm wearing like this color, like maybe like this type of eye look will look good with it. And that's not something that I really feel like there's a lot of on YouTube, but of course, like most people in their day-to-day, like this is what they need because, you know, they're not doing makeup looks for a video or like in isolation. They're usually like, oh, I have like this really pretty dress on and I want to do like complementary makeup that's not just a neutral look. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna plan to do like a series that's sort of like a Get Ready With Me, but kind of based on like, here's an outfit that I'm wearing, here's like a type of eye look or like a color story that would look good with this. That's not like I'm wearing pink, so there's pink on my eyes. Although right now I am sort of like matchy, like I have like pink flowers on my dress and I have pink on my eyes. But you know, that doesn't have to be the case. You can do that, but there are like different combinations that you can do. And I think that's like something that I never found on YouTube that I would like to do. Okay, and then the last type of video, obviously like haul videos. I buy a lot of makeup, and I buy a lot of eyeshadow palettes especially, so you know, monthly hauls, yearly hauls, palette rankings, all the good eyeshadow stuff that you expect to see from an eyeshadow channel. So okay, so now that I've sort of like introduced myself and this channel, I just wanted to tell you guys like some facts about me, and also like my makeup staples. So the reason I'm doing this is because every like YouTuber in every video will be like, take a look, like this is what's on my face, and I'm gonna put it in the description box. And I will do that, and I plan to do that, but half the time, like half the things on my face are gonna be the exact same. So I thought I would like shout out my staples kind of in my introduction video, so that people could just be like, okay, like if I'm watching your video, then I know like what half of what's on your face already, and you don't need to like tell me every single time what concealer you're using or, you know, like whatever else. Okay, so I'll talk about like maybe like I'll intersperse facts about me with my staples. So okay, fact about me number one, I'm a law student. You already knew that. Fact number two, I live in New York City in Manhattan, which is really a great place to live. I moved here like, you know, before my first year of law school, so I've lived here for like a year and a half now, and I love it. I really do. It's a great place to be into makeup because you have somewhere to go almost every day and you can just like always be dressed up, which I really like. So yeah, that's like another fun fact about me. I'm originally from Ohio, so I go to Ohio a fair amount as well. So yeah, that's like my background. Oh, and I'm Indian American, so like my parents were both born in India and I was born in America, so like Indian American, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna start going through my staples. So here is one of my staples. Like I said, when I do face makeup, I do powder foundation, and this is like my go-to. This is the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat powder foundation, and this is in the shade Sienna. And I love this, like, like with a passion. Literally, it's just like very plain, like kind of like a powder formula, and you just take like a sponge and you just sponge it on your face, and it just like, I don't know how to describe it, guys, but it like makes your face, like, you know, like when your face is really dry and you put lotion on it and you feel like there's like color in your face now. That's like what this does. It makes your face look very like bronzed and like glowy, and yeah, it's just lovely. I love it so much. And I also like it because liquid foundation, I just don't like the feeling of it, honestly. Like I just don't like feeling like I have like a face mask on my face all day. And I know all foundation doesn't feel like that. Like I will not judge foundation. There's like a lot of like weightless, like you cannot feel this, it's on your face, like really high quality foundation. But I've always just found that I just feel like my pores are like clogging up. Like I skincare is like a big thing for me, and like I just don't like the idea of like gunk like caked onto my face. So I really, really love this. Like powder foundation is my life. And I totally understand using liquid foundation and like heavy coverage if you have a lot of like color correcting that you need to do, or like you have like acne, or you know, something like that you really want to conceal, and like that totally makes sense to me. And some people love, like, don't care, like they just don't feel the foundation, and that's fine. But for me, like I've always had pretty good skin. I don't really have a lot of like color correcting I need to do on my face. So this powder foundation just goes on and it's like, it's good, it's fine. And it just lasts all day and it's amazing. So yeah, so if you're like me and you just like don't do like a full face of makeup every day, you don't do like the contour and the highlight and everything and the bronzer, really consider getting this powder foundation, especially if you have like decent skin already. It's great and it's so fast. Yeah, and I cannot love it enough. So yeah, definitely go to NYX, check it out, it's awesome. My second staple is my MAC paint pot. So obviously I prime my eyelids before I put on shadow, and actually I have a few. So I've been using the MAC paint pot the most like throughout the years. I've always had this, but sometimes I like try different things. So I bought this like Sigma eyeshadow base primer in the color Ignite a while back, and I've only tried it like once, and it's also pretty good. It's like this like crayon tip. This is also pretty good. I've used this before and it's been good. And then my other primer that I use sometimes is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer. And I really like, so this is like white colored when you put it on your face, and you need like a speck of it to like get it completely white on your eyelids. I use this a lot if I'm like really working with like pastels, or like color that like really will not show up on my skin unless I have like a white base. So I use this when I'm like intensely trying to do like a really precise color look with like multiple like light colors. But for pretty much anything else, I mean, I generally buy like really pigmented formulas. So for everything else, like this and this, like this works. So these are like my staples for priming my eyes. And I'll try out different ones, and when I do, I'll probably post a video. But those are like the staples. Like I'm never gonna get rid of those. I will always use those, especially for my day-to-day. Maybe like for videos I would mix it up, but those are staples. Okay. For concealer, we have the Kat Von D Tattoo Concealer, which is discontinued. So once this bottle runs out, I'm done with that. So that's sad. But I picked up these concealers knowing that I would have to change my staple concealer brand soon. So this is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, which I really liked. I tried it in Sephora. It was like, it's like a little pot, kind of like the MAC paint pot actually, but it's a concealer. And I really like that. Like I like kind of more of like a creamy concealer formula, not like pure liquid. Like I said, because I don't use liquid foundation, it's better for me to have something that's more like matte like to my face, so that it doesn't look like I have like this like patch of concealer under my eye. So I really like this pot concealer. And then I sort of picked this one up on a whim. Like the Sephora like floor salesperson just convinced me to buy this, and I'm like very easily convinced. So I got the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Liquid Concealer, and this is cool. I really like this. I got this in, what is this? Not number 9 tan, and this is a liquid concealer, but when I put it on in the store, it felt like it dried pretty matte and like pretty light. I could be wrong. Honestly, the Sephora store salespeople could convince me of anything. Like, truly, they could. So this could be completely a bust, but I'm in the market for a new concealer formula. So honestly, if anybody has like tan girl friendly concealer formula type ideas, definitely put them in the comments. Like, if you have any other suggestions, similar to the Kat Von D tattoo formula. But yeah, I'm in the market, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. Okay, and then the last few staples. So for liner, I use Maybelline Eye Studio like gel liner with this little brush that it comes with. This is super cheap and super easy to use. I'm not a big liquid liner person. I don't know why. Like, I think it's just because I already have like the dark like lashes and the dark kind of like eyes going on. I don't feel like I need the liquid liner. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just don't like liquid liner. I like the gel like liner. I just like that it's like easy to maneuver and work with. So yeah, so this is my staple liner. And then for my lower lash line, I usually just line with like eyeshadow, but if I feel like lining with liner, I use the Maybelline Master Kajal. Both of these are available in the drugstore, like literally, and they're really cheap, but really useful. Like this also I can use to like touch up my liner throughout the day if for some reason it's not staying on. I mean, this stays like all day, but if for some reason I needed to touch it up, like I don't know, I cried because like I saw something cute or something. I don't know. I could use this. This is like a kajal, which is like Indian, like in India they call like eyeliner kajal, and this is like Master Kajal. And I really like that. So yeah, so that's my staple liner. And then, oh, right, okay, so for my concealers, I skipped a step. I always put color corrector on my under eyes. I do have like pretty dark under eyes. So I always put color corrector down before I put my concealer on. And my go-to is this Laura Mercier color correct. Like it's like Secret Camouflage. And it's like a brightener and a color corrector, like double-sided crayon thing. And I have this in the shade 4N. And I really just like this. Like, it's super, obviously, like, see, you can't really see my dark circles at all. Like, very good coverage. It makes it so that I don't have to cake on concealer. Like, I can just draw on my face with this and then just kind of, like, put concealer a little over it just to, like, blend into my skin tone. But, yeah, this just makes it really easy. Otherwise, I would have to literally pack concealer on, like, and it just would look weird because I don't do foundation. So yeah, I love this. This is awesome. My next staple is my Sephora lip, like matte lip. I don't know if it's a matte lipstick. Yeah. And I get this in the shade English Rose, and I literally, like, you can see I have like 10 of these, like, just in my little makeup thing. Because I love that color, love the lip formula. I'm wearing it right now. It just dries matte. It stays on all day. I don't feel like I'm wearing anything. It's lovely. And this like pink color, for some reason, it's like a very good neutral color for me. And it pretty much goes with everything. So yeah, I like hate these things. These like elasticy, whatever things. So if you see me fidgeting with that, that's what it is. So yeah, so that's my lip staple, and literally I always wear that. I do have a lot of other lipsticks though, and sometimes I will actually bring these up on my channel. But my other lipsticks that I use are usually Urban Decay lipsticks, and I love their lipstick formula. It's like, I don't know, it's like juicy, like, I don't know how to describe it, but I do have a lot of Urban Decay lipsticks that I will wear sometimes, and so those are kind of like my lip staples. And then another staple that I have, I use pretty much all Sigma brushes. All my eyeshadow brushes are Sigma. I love them. I started off with them. I learned how to do eyeshadow with them. And one thing I just really love about them and like support their brand for is like their website and like the way they show their brushes is so like user friendly. They literally say like exactly like what the brush is for. They compare it to the other brushes on their website. Like when you look at eyeshadow brushes, like you do not need every brush on the planet. And sometimes like you'll see like two like detailed like diffuser crease brushes or something. And like they look the exact same to you. And then Sigma has like such a detailed description of like, this is what this one is for, and like this is what this one's for. And if you compare these two, like this is how they're different. Like it is just great. Like I love that. I really appreciate that. And I don't like having like 70 brushes in my kit because I'm like, because I just don't. I'm like, I don't want to shuffle through all my brushes to find like the one I want to use. Like I want all my brushes to have purpose. I want them all to be like, okay, like if I want to do this thing, this is the brush I want. And yeah, and I just love it. So like my Sigma brushes are really organized. I know exactly what they do. I know exactly why I got them. I know exactly what I'm gonna use them for. Like, yeah, so I just really love them. And I have so many of them, but I have the E40 blending brush, of course. I have the E25 blending brush. I have the E34 domed utility brush. I have the F70 concealer brush. I have the E42 precision firm blender brush. I have the E33 detailed diffused creaser, or detailed diffused crease brush, yes. I have the E45 small tapered blending brush. I have the E32 exact blend, and I have the E27 detailed blending. So as you can see, big Sigma fan. I used to also have a Sigma brush that's like one of these, like a flat shader brush, but somehow like during my time in life, like I ended up with this brush in my kit instead of that one. And I don't know how it happened. Like maybe me and some girl like switched in the bathrooms. I don't know how this happened. But yeah, but now I have this Sephora brush and it's like a double-sided brush. So I have like, this is like a crease brush on this side and this is like a shader brush on this side, and I have this now, and I mean I like it. I like the shader brush. It's fine. I had no reason to be like, oh, like you're not Sigma, like get out of my collection. So it's here. And I like it, so I kept it. And yeah, those are all my brushes. And then my last staple is this, the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, and this is what I use to set my eyes for the day. Yeah, and that's it. And then the last staple is this mascara, and this is called the, what is this? The Benefit They're Real Magnet Mascara. I love this. I also sometimes use, where is it? Sometimes I use the Better Than Sex Too Faced mascara, which is like everyone's staple at this point, but yeah, I thought I would mention that too because like I have both. I alternate between both. So yeah, generally use some sort of like kind of like chill drugstore mascara. I don't do false lashes. I have pretty long, like these are my natural eyelashes. You can see they're like pretty long on their own, and then with mascara, like, and they're already black, so I don't do false lashes really. I thought about it though, like I would consider getting into them, but for right now, like my lashes are really long and black, and so I usually just do the mascara and it lengthens it out. So yeah, those are my staples. Okay, this video is actually already really long. So maybe I should put my Black Friday hauls in a separate video. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put my Black Friday haul in a separate video because this video is already really long and this is just my introducing myself video. But yeah, so I hope this video sort of gave you an idea of like what I'm about, what you can expect to see on my channel. And yeah, and I would love to hear any suggestions, obviously, like in the comments of you know, things you suggest I could do to be better, things you would want to see. Okay, and I'm really excited to meet you guys, really excited to create more content, and really excited for your feedback on my channel. Okay, bye everybody.